A fun aspect of Yu-Gi-Oh art is all the different types of creatures you have fighting each other with sometimes drastically different aesthetics. You have things like giant dragons, warriors from different realms, demon monstrosities, living batteries, and the elements of nature all going toe-to-toe on the field. But sometimes, you just have a little guy, and those archetypes of adorable creatures might be strong enough to take down the most daunting opponents depending on their support. So to show how looks can be deceiving, we're going to cover the cutest Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes. We want the groups of Yu-Gi-Oh monsters that defeat you with cuteness and maybe some busted effects. Since there's no objective way to look at this, we'll try to get a variety of different monsters that could be considered cute. They're not always going to be fluffy woodland creatures or a chibi doll, it's in the eye of the beholder. If you find skull servants cute, I get that. So to give me some different perspectives, I brought in a couple of experts on cute things to co-host. Judgment Meter?
Yes, me. Because if you have followed me for a long time, you would know that my name used to be Adorable Meter, because I like the cute.
And the artist of fluffy things, KuBunnie.
I don't know how to introduce myself. What do I even say? It's just hi. You know, that type of thing. I'm just a little guy.
Ku also drew the excellent backdrop you'll be seeing throughout this video. Now, let's admire the top 10 cutest Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes. Number 10, Fluffles, and by extension, Fright Furs. Fluffles are a slam dunk of a cute archetype. They're stuffed animals. Those are meant to be cute usually, except this guy. So I think they're following that path. You got all your standards, the bear, the lion, the dog, there's even an owl.
Aw, he's smart. You can tell because he has glasses.
There's also Fluffle Penguin, who I like since it works with all the penguin support cards by accident.
Oh, he's so cute. Oh, look, he has little headphones.
Earmuffs.
Oh, sorry. Earmuffs. And it's cold and he wants to go sledding.
No matter which one you look at, they're gonna be cute. Like, look at this dolphin.
He looks regular. I mean, since I'm not that into fish creatures, he looks pretty regular.
So I shouldn't even bother with a Fluffle octopus?
I don't generally think that octopi are cute, but that's kind of cute.
My favorites aesthetically are the ones that aren't that good in the deck, like Fluffle Mouse, who gave him this donut. Also the bunny since it has a carrier bag.
What? Where's the baby? It has a messenger bag to keep all of his carrots in. I love it.
However, behind their cute faces is a dark, sinister side capable of destruction beyond... Okay, it's not that threatening. The Fright Furs. The Fluffle's main gimmick is fusing with another archetype called Edge Imp, which are sharp metal objects that are living and evil, and you can tell because they have angry red eyes. My favorite is Edge Imp's sabers, solely because they're literally just scissors in Japanese that they censored internationally by making them laser scissors, and I don't get why scissors of all things were too violent. Kids know what scissors are. The game has swords everywhere. It's fine, they eventually released it with the original art. The aesthetic of fusing the Edge Imps with the Fluffles turns them into mutilated stuffed animals that have sharp objects coming out of them and their eyes are bugging out, and they have effects that destroy things on the board so you can attack for game and beat your opponent in one turn. However, they're still stuffed animals in the end, so they could be considered cute in the eye of the beholder. Luckily, I have two co-hosts with differing opinions on them.
I just really enjoy the overall concept, you know? You have these little fluffy guys that get cut up and restitched and sewn together, and they become very horrible little guys. And that's what makes the Fluffle and the Edge Imps and the Fright Furs so cute to me. They're trying so hard to just be so scary, and it's you're just still a cute little guy to me. I'm sorry. And I think that's a very hard thing to do personally, with art, making something that's very kind of scary or creepy, but also very adorable.
There's so many things wrong with this picture. I don't know where to start. I'm so sad for its existence. Why are the scissors cutting its belly? Why is it in its belly? Why is there a scary face in its neck with teeth? This is like the tomato burger. How could you do that to a bear angel who's also a scout? He just wanted to get his badge and adorableness. I'm sad. I'm mad at Yu-Gi-Oh now.
Well, I was just gonna put the Fluffles here, but it was Ku's idea to also include the Fright Furs.
Ku, I'm mad at you for suggesting this. Bad Ku.
Disclaimer, Judgment Meter does not actually hate Ku. This is a bit.
I love Ku. Ku brings happiness to all.
However, she does hate Fright Furs.
Ugh, I hate this card. Why do they all have scissors and scary eyes and teeth? Why can't we just do the archetype Fluffles? I just want to review Fluffles. These are awful. Ooh, Fluffle sheep.
But also with the archetype, there's this really cute little reincarnation theme going on, like with the narrative. Like you see in like designer Fright Fur, you have like the little Fluffle Leo coming out of the Fright Fur Leo. He's all like adorable and glowy. And then Suture's Rebirth. It's a super cute little card. You have Leo. He obviously looks super exhausted and they're just kind of stitching him up and stuff. There's also like that Fright Fur Repair. You have the Fluffle Angel sewing up the bear. And I would say that it's part of like that reincarnation because you can see that they're kind of giving him like the wings back. You notice the Fright Furs don't have any of the wings, but all the Fluffles do. So it's like they're repairing him to become just like the normal Fluffle bear again. But yeah, they just hit me as cute little plushies slash gachapon because of like Toy Vendor that turn to just awful little guys at night. But even when they're awful little guys, you have like cards like Fright Fur March, and it's like, oh my god, look at them, look at them go. I really love them. They're gonna commit so much crime, and it's just I really love it.
All the Fright Furs also have the censorship that they laserify the sharp objects coming out of them, which does take away from the impact of their designs, but I've gotten used to it over time. Saber-toothed Tigers is the best design though, not just because it has the saber punt in its name, but also its tail is literally just a knife they shoved in its butt. Number 9, Live Twins. The Live Twins are VTuber personas of a couple of thieves. I covered them in my 7th backstory video, but basically, two women, ki-sikil and lil-la, are cyberpunk burglars known as the Evil Twins, but in the daytime, they're just streamers online with VTuber models called the Live Twins. They're chibi and have little antics on their stream. Ki-sikil is the pink energetic one, and lil-la is the blue downbeat one.
Oh my god, they're VTuber Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Besides their default looks, they also have alternate forms where they're in their Christmas and Halloween outfits respectively, and the backgrounds here are so vibrant. Really, it's like that on all their monster cards, but especially on the holiday ones. I love seeing ki-sikil Frost stuck in that snowball.
Hey look, she beheaded Olaf and now is wearing his head on her head.
That is surprisingly more violent than the zombie VTuber costume.
I like her. She's cool. She's like stalking, crossed over with Melody, crossed over with, I don't care, it's Halloween, give me your trick-or-treats. These girls make sharks look cute. I don't usually find sharks to be cute. Good job, girls. I want to be a VTuber. Hey people, give me money so I can be a VTuber. Thanks.
I'm always weak for characters where you have like the one blue that's more chill, and you have like the red or pink character that's more hyper and expressive. It's truly like one of the cutest design tropes of all time, in my opinion.
And then any spell cards that show off their website or live streams are brimming with personality. Like, look at all the different iterations of them on Live Twin channel alone. They managed to get so much story in there, showing their competitive nature, their cosplays, the little heads telling you to subscribe, and I love their presentation poses on Live Twin Home.
They have a channel? Oh my god, as a card? Oh yes. I want to know the inspiration for these lovely ladies. I need this. I want this deck or whatever we're doing.
And I really do enjoy that in some of the other artworks, there's like references to other monsters. For like example, on Life Twin channel, you have like Ash Blossom making like a really good, funny little face. I like really enjoy it. When you look at all the artwork, you just see the bold text and the line work and the colors. It's very adorable, very pleasing to the eyes.
On their rivals card, Evil Twins Trouble Sunny, you see them on even more billboards and screens in the background, showing how they rule the city. The Live Twins art style is very much like Panty and Stocking, giving them those chibi body proportions but big facial features. However, just like how Panty and Stocking have more realistic anime designs for their angel transformation, the Live Twins have their Evil Twins forms to fill that role, where they're less cartoony and they exchange the big eyes for a big hat. Also, each of their Evil Twin forms have alternate card art where the opposite twin is featured in their Live Twins form, and the the background has their own live twin persona all over the place, adding in some extra lore. Why is ki-sikil annoyed in lil-la's picture? Is their stream about to start and is she not ready yet? It's funny how despite only having 2 live twin characters currently, we have seen so much of them on official art.
I really love the idea of VTubers who are just like these adorable little characters who do like these bits and stuff and streaming and do entertainment, but that business and streaming and entertainment is a front for like a shady thieving business. Like to me, that's like peak Saturday morning anime content. I really need more cards of this archetype, especially in regards to like Trouble Sunny and the 2 twins just like going at it and being very petty.
I can almost guarantee they will release new live twins someday based on Evil Twins Trouble Sunny. We've seen them on a couple of cards in their live twins form. I like that they swap sizes as live twins, where the short one is tall on Sunny Snitch and the tall one is tiny on lil-la Rap. So what are you waiting for, Konami? Let's see that live twins VTuber community grow. Number 8, Ghost Trick. Hey look, another video with a Ghost Trick entry. We have a bunch of classic movie and folklore monsters from all over the monster realm all packed into a chibi package. No matter the creature, they found a way to make them cute. Even some of the buffer dudes like the Mummy or Frankenstein's monster that have pectoral strength still are just little guys that are here for fun. And the tallest of them, Ghost Trick Alucard, still finds a way to be lovable. He's a lot softer in tone than some of the other characters in fiction to carry the Alucard name. Their playstyle fits the adorable theme to an extent, where they have effects that activate when flipped, and they can set themselves after being face up, representing that they flip up quickly to spook you for a second to get off their effects and then they retreat. It's in their support too, which lets them flip themselves on their opponent's turn or avoid getting attacked when they're face down. But as we see on cards like Ghost Trick Scare, you might get jump scared for a second, but once you realize it's a friendly pumpkin guy or the living sheet ghost, you'll just laugh and say, you guys are crazy. Each monster individually has that charm, but they thrive when in a group. All the cards show them having a great time together. It's just a big party. They break every rule of what you should not do inside. Sledding on the stairs, playing hockey, no problem. Even someone like Bloody Mary, who's terrified on her card, is having a great time with everyone else.
With Alucard, it's like a big found family. He brought them all together. They all live a comfortable little life in this mansion. And that, to me, I think is just like the most heartwarming part in like Ghost Trick Break. You see Yuki Onna helping Stein with his back, and it's just like, I just go, aw, look at them. They're so cute. I might start crying. Don't mind me. And I think another part for me, the size difference in each of them vary like widely. Like you look at Ghost Trick Museum, you see how small like the Witch and the Reaper and the Jinsan are compared to the Mummy and Dullahan. It's like, oh wow, like, you know, you're like actually tiny. It's like their little Funko Pop. It's like, oh yeah, you're just a little guy. Gotta pat you on the head. Yeah. Konami should give us Ghost Trick Funko Pops. That would be the only Funko Pops I would buy, like actually.
And they went all out with showing the best of the archetype on Ghost Trick Festival, their Link 1, which has all the Ghost Tricks getting ready for a big celebration. You see all their personalities shine through. The Siren is enchanting the Werewolf, the Yeti has a candy bucket 2 sizes too small, the Angel of Mischief is eating the decorations, and the Cat Girl is a cat.
She's sitting there pawing at like a little pumpkin. It's like just absolute my favorite part of like the whole picture. I'm going to actually cry. It's peak little guy energy right there.
Even the Ghost Tricks that try to have a semblance of scariness on their own card, like the Ghoul, can't help but show their softer side. Also, the So Cute boss lives up to her pun name and is being cute on this card.
She's tired. That would be me. I'm tired. You guys go. I want a nap.
Also, someone should really check on Mary and Jack Frost with those balloons. I don't think they should be up that high. Number 7, Rika. Or is it supposed to be Rika? Since the archetype is spelled with 2 Ks, I've always wanted to pronounce it Rika, but I've heard other people say Rika, so I might be mispronouncing it this whole entry. Rika are flower fairies that emerge from plants that bloom in the winter. They're very elegant and fashionable, like Monster World Vogue magazine would go crazy for these designs. But the lower level Rika are also these adorable tiny fairies that exist to ruin your life. The facial expressions on all the 4-star ones look so happy, while the higher star ones look like they're too cool for school, so there's a dichotomy between them. Queen Strenna is probably my favorite since she reminds me of Sailor Chibi Moon. And the littlest of the Rika is Rika Petal, who's an even tinier version of the princess. She's also the searcher of the deck, so she's great all around. And the reason these Rika can ruin your life is because most of them need to tribute themselves or a plant monster to trigger their effects, but their field spell, which just shows them having a good time, lets you tribute one of your opponent's monsters instead, bypassing any destruction prevention.
That card is absurd, but I do love that it's just artwork of Erica and Mudan just enjoying like a pleasant winter day. They're very elegant, very pretty. That's a really big thing I like. I like it that there's been like a little bit difference with each archetype. It's a different type of cute, right? And for me, this is kind of like that more elegant, pretty cute that you typically don't see get enough love, I think, in my opinion, when it comes to like cute aesthetics and stuff like that, right? It's literally so cute to me that the idea of the Rikas is that they're like these flowers that for some reason just kind of bloom through the winter, and every time those flowers bloom you have like a little Rika fairy that's born.
It's so tiny, like a little baby.
And I'm just like, again, a really big fan of everyone's outfits in this archetype. Specifically, shout outs to Queen Strenna and Mudan. I think those are like my two favorite. They're very pretty, very like pleasing to my eyes. I really want those outfits. Please give me those outfits. Give it to me right now, please.
I like that they made them water attribute to go with the snow. You don't see many monsters that are water plant combos.
I do love that we got a plant deck that isn't strictly earth. Like, can you imagine like a pyro deck? Like they're pyro monsters, but they're water attribute? That would be so funny.
Hey, you never know. Maybe one day we'll get a Lone Fire Blossom archetype. Number 6, Prank Kids. The Prank Kids are a bunch of little elemental dudes who go around causing mischief with their wacky inventions, pets, and robot butler. Each one of them has an exaggerated emotion that somewhat is based on their element of nature. Of course, the water ones are primarily sad, and the fire ones are intense. I like this guy doing the butt pose.
Look at that card art. I love that Western cartoon influence that you especially see like with the Link monsters. And I just feel like Prank Kids is what happens like when you take tunes and like just cover them like in sugar, if that makes sense. Like they're just so cute and adorable to me.
Then you get bonus effects when they're linked off or used as fusion materials for other Prank Kids monsters from the extra deck, which represents them calling out their animal friends or getting on their machines to cause cartoony chaos. And even those are goofy, with things like faces on their rocket, or their animals that bother this poor dog. Speaking of him, their main goal seems to just be annoying this dog. It doesn't even seem like a Tom and Jerry situation where they both antagonize each other. The kids just have it out for this dog, and he's anywhere from scared to mildly perturbed.
You have the Prank Kids place, and you see like the butler and the dog chilling, like they're good, right? And then you see Prank Kids plan, and they're like, nah, we're breaking in there, man. We're gonna just mess everything up. And it's like really cute as you go through like the artworks, and you see just like the type of mischief and, dare I say it, chaos that they cause for the butler and the dog.
They drop things on you and make you cry? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have feelings about this. Ugh, hate kids are assholes. We get this, but I don't get tunes.
Hey, we have 5 more entries to potentially talk about tunes, or maybe a follow-up list.
These are stupid.
Come on, what did the Prank Kids do to you?
They Regeki'd my whole field.
Sounds like a skill issue, TBH.
Well, I should have used Heart of the Cards, I guess.
I just like that at some point the butler just like gives up trying to like calm the kids down. He just joins in on the chaos. And I know it's like really hard to see, but the boss monster of Prank Kids being like a robot bunny is like a +10 in just like my favoriteness for them. Because obviously KuBunnie, haha. And I think what really makes this all like just sweet and ties up in a cute little bow is that you see like in Prank Kids pranks, they're even helping fix all the damage that they cause. So it's like, okay, these are just little guys. They don't mean too much harm and they'll fix whatever they break. And I just really love that.
Though they could have just stuck with doing the cat prank since that had the least amount of property damage involved.
Aww, poor Barco. I am that puppy and Ku is that cat.
Also, I know we mentioned the Western cartoon vibes earlier in the entry, but I want to close out on my specific examples. I get a bit of Powerpuff Girls vibes to them, but I also feel strong influence from late 80s Hanna-Barbera, like when they tried to modernize some of their classic characters with shows like Yo Yogi or Flintstones Kids. Finally, I get Tom and Jerry Kids vibes with them. I'm not sure why. This was the first show I thought of when I saw the Prank Kids. I think it's their body proportions and thick outlines. I could just see these kids pulling pranks to the tune of "It's the Tom and Jerry Kids, gotta be there where all the action is." Number 5, Fluunderies. This archetype can terrorize modern players since it normal summons, searches a bird, then normal summons again, searches another bird, normal summons a floodgate bird, and then repeats the whole process on the opponent's turn. Also, they all banish themselves and return from the banish pile to the hand when a normal summon occurs. But ignore everything you know about how this archetype plays and take a look at the art when they're not normal summoning on you. It follows 3 birds delivering presents to different birds around the world. Each monster card features the 3 main birds and the 1 bird who's getting their package. So it's just a bunch of cute little bird guys that we overlook because they cause us pain in the real life card game.
Aww. These are animals with jobs.
It's really hard to like just be like, birds aren't cool. Like, come on now. You've seen birds. That's a cool animal. That's a cute animal, especially as well.
Robina is the low-level searcher and is singing with the birds in England. Eaglin is the high-level searcher and is soaring with the birds above the city. Tokan is in the jungle with a makeshift umbrella for the birds. Stry is actually kinda mad, so we don't talk about him. M-Pen prevents special summoned attack position monsters from activating effects, and is a penguin that is so happy to have the birds meet his family. And Snowl is the least used of the monsters, but gives you the best close-up shot of all the Fluunderies, so you can get a good look at them and their accessories, as the owl they were delivering to says goodbye in the distance. The artwork on all these cards is amazing, feeling almost like a pop-up book, where the backgrounds are these great colorful locations, and the birds are emphasized in the foreground with white outlines and shadows below them to make it feel like they're flying off the page.
I feel like these cards, it reminds me of like the artwork that you like see on like those letters for like a birthday or like an event, or you're just sending a letter to like a loved one that you really love. And it also like that's kind of what's going on in the narrative. Like the Fluunderies are going around the world to visit or meet other birds that are different than them. And I just really love that. That's a really cute idea. And I love that there's just kind of like this sense of nostalgia. Like it looks like they've definitely visited before, and this is just like, oh my god, this is my old friend. He's back to see me, and it makes me happy. Like especially on M-Pen, especially on Snell and Robina. Like you can just tell they're really happy. Siri's a little different. Siri's obviously like, nah man, you need to go. But even one of the little Fluunderies birds, he's on Siri's back and he's like bullying him. Maybe that's just like something that they do. And I still feel like, you know, there's like a friendship or kingship there, you know, very adorable.
It says thank you, but you forgot my Pop-Tarts.
Why Pop-Tarts?
He wants Pop-Tarts. He lives in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't get access to Pop-Tarts.
I do like the feeling of community with these cards. Their Advent of Adventure card has my favorite art. It's just so wholesome. The owl looks so jovial, giving them new hats as the birds restock and repair.
I like that baby.
The Snow?
Yeah, the big one. The big one's the baby.
How'd the baby get so big?
He ate the smaller babies.
Oh. Number 4, Dragon Maids. I always like looking for the modern mascots of Yu-Gi-Oh! Without the anime being as big as it used to be, you don't have spotlight monsters anymore at the level of Dark Magician or Blue Eyes, so it's interesting seeing which monsters get that mainstream popularity. You got ones like Tour Guide from the Underworld being the Duel Links girl, or Ash Blossom being the face of Hand Traps, but next to them, I'd probably put Laundry Dragon Maid. She's cute, she's klutzy, she's always stealing the show when she's on card art. She can even be your sideline mascot in Master Duel and goes into her full dragon form during the battle phase. Her main card is funny, showing that despite being in charge of the laundry, she seems to not be too good at keeping the clean clothes from getting dirty again. This is the perfect oh god facial expression.
Oh, she's a baby. I love her. That one's me, because I'm tiny, and I can't fold a sheet by myself.
Ironically, despite being the mascot of this archetype, she's rarely used in Dragon Maid decks. I see her more in decks that that like milling, since her effect mills the top 3 cards of your deck when she's summoned, so decks such as Tearlament that fuse when monsters are sent to the graveyard by effect can use Laundry Dragon Maid for jank combos. However, one monster doesn't make a full archetype cute, but when you look at all the Dragon Maids, I think Wholesome defines them well, even if they don't reach the mascot level of Laundry Dragon Maid. Each of them is named after their main task, and their gimmick is turning into their full dragon form during the battle phase. Their dragon forms all fulfill the same purpose of being that fairy tale style that gets monsters on this list. They're one step away from being never-ending story, yet also 1 degree away from being Dragon Tales. They're also probably like that Dragon Maid anime, but I've never seen it so I can't compare them properly. And as an extra silly thing, their dragon names are anagrams of their human form names. While the dragon designs are good, I like the personality in their human forms. Each individual form is well designed, but the spell and trap cards showing them all hanging out really sets them apart for this list. It shows their cute dynamic as a family.
Oh my god, they are literally dragons and they are literally maids. And I don't think there's much more to say in terms of that, but I'll try. So my thing is like, it seems like all the dragons are like really used to like the daily workload, except for Laundry. I don't know if it's because like she's supposed to be like the clumsy one, or if she's just new. But you could definitely see like this little relationship between her and Nurse in some of the artworks. It's like really cute, specifically in regards to Dragon Maid Send-Off and Dragon Maid Hospitality. You can really tell that she's trying to be motherly to her and helping her out, helping her adjust. Also shout outs to Parlor Dragon Maid eating the treats in Hospitality. You're not supposed to be doing that, but I understand. I get like that too when I used to work with food. It's like, please just give me some food already. Also, Konami, please give us Chamber Dragon Maid form. Like, please, please, please. I want to see what she looks like as a dragon. Her mop is literally made out of her scales. I need to see what she looks like as a dragon. She's just like very pretty and very cute, but she's also like the most cool. So I really want to see what her dragon form looks like as well.
Also worth mentioning, their boss monster is Dragon Maid Shihao, who's the house Dragon Maid.
Oh, she's a smart one. She has glasses. Oh, wow. She's like a lady dragon.
They're all lady dragons.
Yeah, but like, look, this one's like a person.
Overall, they have a good guise of being prim and proper when on the clock, and get into some wacky antics behind the scenes. Number 3, Madolche. Madolche has a lot of themes at once. They're pastry-related dollhouse people, stand on puzzle pieces, and they're French, or Italian sometimes. I covered the edible aspects of them on my Yu-Gi-Oh! Food list, but there's a few features to them that fall under the cute category. They follow a different path than other tiny monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the Live Twins, where their facial features and body proportions are realistically sized to scale, but because they're based on dolls, their heads are proportionally larger than they should be for their bodies. Their heads have always popped out to me, along with whatever accessory they're holding, and the animals go hard on the cuteness. Like, look at this dog.
What is that?
It's the Madolche's cat.
No, it is a bunny on a souffle. I like you.
No, it's clearly a cat. It's got Mew in the name and cat ears.
Bunny.
Cat.
Bunny.
Cat.
No, it could be a cabot. 2 points.
I love that they are just like little plushies that are just sitting on stuff. It's so cute. The fact they're already cute little animals. The fact that they're like little plushies that are sitting on top of food, it's like, I'm actually gonna go crazy. This is just so cute. It makes me so happy.
And of course, the set pieces on all these cards look delicious. Their clothes and accessories are made of sweets, and a few of the animals are candy. And besides these surfaces being edible, they tie together with the dollhouse theme, where if these were real, you could connect all these surfaces to make a little doll community. I'd love it if there was a way we could see that someday.
I do want to give bonus points to Madolche. Their playstyle is very quote-unquote cute. I like how they keep the graveyard clean and pretty, right? It feels very antithetical to like modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Card design. So the fact that the game designers were able to make a deck like this that works is like super cute to me.
And for context, many of the best Madolche effects have you shuffle cards from your graveyard back into the deck to activate them.
Big shout outs to their boss monster who is like forever good. Queen Tiramisu. Take 2 cards, shuffle it into the deck. Done. You know, there's not a lot of archetypes that in this game that really like that to happen while they're doing plays on their turn. But yeah, I'm gonna be super honest. I don't have much to say from Madolche. Just look at them. Literal visual eye candy candy and confectionery.
Is that a bunny? No, the shoe bunnies.
That's a squirrel, or maybe chipmunk.
But she has a bunny. I like that. Looky, the bunny says, I love you. Here is an apple.
Strawberry.
I feel like the bunny is in a supplicant position saying, here, be my friend. I love you.
What about the Madolce teacher? She also seems like she's your style.
She has a cat. I don't like cats as much as bunnies. -2 points.
Aw. Number 2, Vernisylph. Of course the animals of the forest are cute, but what if we put them in little outfits and give them jobs with fairy friends? What's cuter, a dog or a dog in a sweater? The 2 humanoid fairies fit your standard cute designs, but I like how a few of their accessories are a bit oversized. Flourishing Hills has big shoes and poofy shorts made of flour, and Awakening Forest has formal wear on, but with a giant bell to ring, or a normal-sized bell and he's just small. Someone in my comments once compared these fairies to anime Cosmo and Wanda, and I can't unsee it now. As for the animals, I covered them on my 7th backstory list, but in short, the fairies have the mission to get ready for the spring, and they recruit animals to assist them by turning them into sentient anthropomorphic versions of themselves with halos. We see some of the animals in their original forms on other cards, and I think the bear gets the worst of it. First, he's woken up by this giant bell, and now he has to do things instead of sleep. I get that the bell is symbolism for the end of hibernation, but does it have to be so loud? On the opposite side of things, the rabbit's having a great time. In her animal form, she's like the cutest Yu-Gi-Oh rabbit ever, top 10 Yu-Gi-Oh bunnies. And in her Vernisylph form, she's picking flowers in a dress. This is like peak Hallmark greeting card art. There's also a duck who farms, but no one knows how they got here. They're having a good time though.
I can't stress this enough. I'm just like forever full of like bliss and tranquility every time I look at these cards, especially Flowering Fields, Vernisylph of Flowering Fields. Like, I just want to be her. I want to be a little rabbit who wears little comfy clothes and picks flowers and lives a mostly stress-free life. I'm begging. I want it so badly. Why can't I be her?
Oh, it's Little Red Riding Bunny, but blue. She's collecting cherries from the poppy fields. I bestow upon you this gift, this winged harp. Go pick cherries. She be a big bundles. There's a lot going on. I don't know. Where do cherries even grow?
It all comes together on Vernisylph and the Flower Buds, where they're having a picnic, and this is my favorite art of all of them. Look at the curiosity on the animals' faces. They're all pointing, though I don't know what the rabbit's looking at. Also, I love the expression on the lead fairy's face. She's not emoting hard. She's just like, yeah, this is nice.
I do want to like also shout out again, like I said with the backstory, I do like that the Vernisylph's lore connects to Weather Painter lore. It's Weather Painter Snow who basically tells the Vernisylph of Awakening Forest to get everything started. I love the idea of spirits and magic being used for basic concepts in nature, because like, yeah, it's kind of magical, isn't it? Like you see like the snow and like winter and how barren it is and terrible, and then like how cute and flowery and full of life that spring can be. I will literally burst into tears from the cuteness.
The Vernisylph monster's main goal in your deck is to search other Vernisylphs and then back up your Earth monsters by summoning them from the graveyard after resolving their effects. So just like how they support the forest after the cold of winter, they support your Earth monsters with a little spring magic. You know there's no way we're getting all the good cute archetypes in a single video, so instead of cramming them all into an honorable mention segment, we'll probably do a volume 2 someday to give attention to every archetype that may or may not deserve it. When Ku sent me their semi-short list of archetypes to consider, one of them was Gunkin Sue ships, so no idea how wild we'll get with a volume 2. Anyway, top pick time. For number 1, it's almost unfair since this archetype is so unabashedly cute in everything they do and has the art style to back it up, so much so that you've been staring at them this whole video since the background has been fan art of them. Number 1, Melfi. The Melfi are the animals of the forest drawn in a fairy tale / storybook style. It's very much that picture book aesthetic. We heard about living stuffed animals in an earlier entry, but this feels like if real animals always looked like plushies, like the Care Bears. Each one is a color of the rainbow and has a heart or similar pattern on their body. Plus, regardless of the animal, they're usually tiny with small eyes and kawaii cheek dimples. levels. To go with how this feels like a children's storybook, the only Melfi without, in effect, Melfi Rabby, is a normal monster to give us lore written as the intro to a story on what the Melfi are all about.
Rabby's up on that favorite stump again, looking all around the forest at all the fluffy friends. Do you like exploring too? Good! Let's go find more Melfi friends with Rabby. Oh, it's praying to the great sorcerers above. Give me carrots, please!
Judgment Meter, take a look at one of their boss monsters, Melfi Mommy.
Melfi Mommy! What is this, a unicorn bunny? What? I want this. I want all of these. Someone get me this deck. If someone truly loves me out there, send me this deck. As I just do heavy breathing into the microphone.
Do you want to do a take like that?
No, I'm good.
It's just like pure distilled cuteness. Like just a little guy who's pastel. They live in a little forest with stars and little other flowers and stuff. They're minding their own business. They're playing children's games. They sit down every afternoon and have like a little snack together. It's like, I just don't know how much more cute you can get than that. And I have to give them even bigger props because the whole play style of the archetype, it's so cute. It's little animals who are playing hide and seek and tag with you constantly. This archetype does like my favorite trope in media, which is like the power of friendship / I need to go out in the world and find a bunch of friends and like be happy. And I just know that these little guys with Rabby leading them, they'll just keep making friends, and those friends will hopefully become cards who do funny little effects to disrupt your plays.
These animals love playground games, especially hide and seek, so to signify that, most of their effects let them retreat back to your hand when your opponent summons or attacks, or let you special summon them from the hand when a different Melfi returns to the hand, along with other effects that usually search or summon more Melfi, so they're essentially hiding in your hand and seeking when another Melfi is found. While most people play Melfis as an engine for other archetypes, namely sprites, they do have some boss monsters. The solo monster is Melfi Mommy, but they have 3 other bosses that are groups of monsters, being Melfi of the Forest, Joyous Melfis, and Merry Melfis. They show all the animals just having a good time with each other. Joyous Melfi is my favorite of the bunch since they're all having a picnic and those bananas always stuck out to me more than anything else on this card.
The bananas are good. And I love that the continuous spell is a staring contest because it's a continuous spell. It sits there, it stares at you, right? And I just like really appreciate those really small details that Konami took special care of with these cards. I'm just wishing for just so many more Melfi cards in the future. There's so many monsters in the background of card arts that we don't have. Like there's an alpaca, there's a panda, there's a raccoon, there's a little chinchilla like little guy that you wouldn't know exists unless you look at Melfi hide and seek. Like you see his little butt. He's so cute. Like you wouldn't notice him, but yeah, he exists and he needs his own card. He deserves it. And then just not to mention like the synchro monsters. There's like a bunch of monsters on there. We don't even know who they are, what their names are. I need to know who their names are. I want to just love all of them individually so much.
What I love about whenever Melfi falls into the meta is no matter who they're facing off against, there is such a contrast of visual power. No one would expect any of these animals to beat up anything that's ever been meta, except maybe Pearly, and on a big stage no less. So for being marketable plushies without even trying, and having a playstyle that suits their lore, we declare that Melfi is the cutest Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. Now, what did you think? Did all these cards make you say "aww" in one way or another? Or are our definitions of cute drastically different from yours? And who are some of your favorite cute Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes, whether we discussed them or not? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next video.